Do you guys want to learn how to build a junk removal business and hit 6 figures in your first year? Keep watching.
Hey. Yeah, let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Yeah, I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra.
So you want to start a junk removal business? Let's talk junk. What is junk removal? Everybody's got trash, guys. We all know the waste management industry, or at least I think we do, is a billion-dollar industry. But what happens when you have junk in your basement, your garage, your yard, somebody passes away, they leave stuff behind in a storage unit, an apartment complex, overflown dumpsters? That's where junk removal comes in. Waste management is not going to go inside somebody's house and take all of the junk out. Waste management's not gonna go into your attic, your basement, your backyard. They're not gonna go into your commercial building when you need to leave and switch to a different location and you have a whole bunch of cubicles that you gotta take down. Junk removal is all of the other trash that people can't do, that people don't wanna do, or that waste management doesn't wanna do. So junk removal is a necessity. Junk removal is probably one of the easiest businesses to get into with the lowest barrier of entry, which is why it's becoming such a popular business that a lot of people are starting to promote this business, because you can make some really freaking good money. To break it down simply, it is taking out, it could be trash, it could be yard debris, it could be homeless encampment. Most of the time it's good stuff that you can resell that people just don't want to take out of their house themselves and waste management won't take. So that's it. That's junk removal. The reason why you're here watching this YouTube video, how much money can we make? It's a lot. You can make a really good amount of money. Without sounding too cliche, it's how much work you put into it. I did $1.1 million gross sales my first year. I got off the truck, off the phones, and I was only doing operations, so I was not doing any of the physical labor anymore, and I was not doing any of the phone calls anymore. And I still did over 200K in profit, but that was me completely off the truck. As a solo operator, you could easily achieve 200 to 250K your first year if you put in the work, which we're gonna discuss, with profit margins of 50% because you don't have all the crazy expenses. So you can net over 6 figures in your first year. It is very possible. Now, I don't know if you're in a small little area, a small little town. It really depends on your demographics, but point is, this is a 6-figure business that you can run solo, absolutely. I know guys are doing $500,000 with just them and one employee, maybe a couple guys to help out here and there. We'll talk about that later, but you can get one truck to 300, 500K with just you on the truck with another full-time employee. So there's a lot of good money in the junk removal business. Absolutely. Your first jobs, you're gonna do like a $1,000 garage clean out and you're gonna profit like $900, depending on your dump fees. And you're gonna be blown away. But the problem is that most people have is the consistency of leads. And we're gonna talk about that. And you guys, I have tons of videos on my YouTube channel. If you wanna know how to be consistent with leads and how to get leads consistently, because that is the problem that most people have. A lot of people are getting into this industry because you can make good money and there's a low barrier of entry. That is the only thing about this industry, is there are more people getting into it, but that doesn't mean you can't crush it. So the answer is, you can make 6 figures your first year net if you put in the work. How easy is it to start a junk removal business? Do you need this F-150? Do you need this badass dump trailer? Which you can win, April 25th, 26th. Make sure to check the video description. You don't need any of this. Obviously, you're gonna cut into your profit margins, but you can easily rent trucks from Home Depot, U-Haul, Penske, friends, family, rental places in general. The places where we like rent skid steers and like equipment, they have dump trucks that you can rent there too, for at least out here in Los Angeles, pretty decent rates. The reason why this is a growing industry is because of the low barrier of entry. You can start with nothing, get a few jobs, see if you like it, and then determine if you want to get a used truck, finance a used truck, or get a utility trailer. That's a dump trailer. So this is probably one of the easiest businesses to start. The reason why I say that is you don't need equipment to start. You should have like a dolly, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But you don't need a truck, you don't need a trailer, you don't need a lot of tools. There is no skill involved. And what I mean by that, and I don't mean to demean everybody in this industry, is that moving is more of a skill. Packing and taping, making sure you don't damage their furniture, even cleaning a house requires more skill than junk removal. You literally walk into their garage, grab the boxes, throw it in the back of your truck. You don't have to worry about denting their furniture or like breaking something. It's just the easiest business to start, which is why this is gaining so much popularity. You literally don't need to know anything and you can make six figures. Okay, on a scale of extremely easy to extremely difficult, this is extremely easy. It's just gonna be a little physically exhausting, which was the hard part for me. If you got muscles or you don't mind physical labor, easy peasy lemon squeezy. How much money do you need to start a junk removal business? We just went over how easy it is to start, which kind of gives you an idea of how much money you need to start. You can get leads with no money. You can build a website with no money. You can get a presence and look professional online with no money. You can start with no truck with no money. You can literally wait until you have the jobs, then go rent the truck. So the answer is really, you can technically start with no money. If you want to start properly and register your company and get the basic tools, look branded, a t-shirt and a hat, I mean, you could probably get away with like bare minimum, if you're very smart with your money, $500. You can register your LLC with the state for like $100. Don't go through like a service that charges you extra money. You can get a dolly off Craigslist for like $50. Point is, $500, you could start this business, or even free. For the people out there who have a little bit of money saved away to start a business and you want to do this the right way, you can crush it with $5,000. You guys can learn how to like kill it in this industry on my platform, junksupport.ai. Go through my free course. It's like 15 hours long. If you just go through that entire course, you can crush it with $5,000. So we just covered the 4 basic questions that you probably have before getting into this business. Now, there are 5 problems that we have to figure out and solve to successfully start a junk removal company so that you guys know what to do. So let's go over the 5 problems now. Problem 1, what truck do we start with? Oh man, my answer's changed over the years. Try to start by getting jobs first and then going out and renting. Home Depot in my area was the best deal. They let me do a 24-hour rental overnight. Every state might be a little bit different. For like $150 after taxes, 24 hours, unlimited miles. U-Haul usually charges their rates plus the mileage fee, which when I did the math, it added up because we're going all over the place for dumps and jobs. So U-Hauls could be more effective depending on the distance of the jobs that you have and the distance of the transfer station or landfills and then the gas station and yada, yada, yada. So price out both. There's also some states have Penske, which Penske is a little harder to find locations out here, but you have U-Haul, you have Home Depot, you have Penske, you have rental companies like Turo and local rental companies, you have friends and family. My suggestion is different now, is I think everybody should try to get jobs and try this business first before getting a truck. Unless you have a truck, you're gold, you're good. If you have a family member or a friend or you have a truck, this is very easy for you to start. You can literally just start with small jobs. And if you get a big job and you get really lucky, you're like, oh my God, I got a huge garage clean out. Well, then go rent a Home Depot truck. But just start with your truck. Even if you were to break even because of all the rental costs and whatever, and you're just learning, I still want you to get your feet wet and just see if you like this business. And then you get a used truck. However, I had really bad luck with used trucks, but I don't want you to go out and buy a $50,000 brand new F-150 and then be stuck in a truck payment, and then 3 months later you decide you don't want to do this business. Build your way up to a used truck, find a good used truck, just get a good mechanic, a mobile mechanic to let you know if the truck's running good, and just find the most affordable pickup truck that you can afford that can tow the weight of a potential dump trailer. So eventually you're gonna wanna get a dump trailer that is like this. That is 2,500 pounds. Your average load is going to be in a 12x6x4 dump trailer. Your average load size is gonna be about 1 to 1.5 tons. Let's just say 2 tons. you are gonna get heavier jobs once in a while. So the truck that you eventually decide to buy, you need to make sure that its towing capacity is at least 6,000, 7,000 pounds. This 2021 F-150 V8 5.6 liter, I don't remember, can tow 14,000 pounds, and it's only an F-150, which is insane. After the used truck, you can then get a utility trailer. Start with the simpler utility trailer. I don't want you going into debt until you decide, okay, this is the business. And once, by month 3, month 4, if you're like, oh man, I love this business, you can get a dump trailer. With all that being said, start with nothing and work your way up until you can get to the dump truck. The truck that we all strive to get in this business that shows that we mean business is the Isuzu NPR dump truck. They're cab overs, so they don't have an engine in the front. You sit on top of the engine. They make just getting around so convenient. There's a reason why all the big dogs get the Isuzu NPR dump trucks. Basically, all I said was start with nothing and build your way up. Problem 2, what tools do we need? You know, in the beginning, we talked about how easy it is to get started, that you need nothing, but there are some things you need. I guess in this video, I'm gonna talk about the $0 way, I need to make money now because I have none and I have a family to feed. We'll talk about that starting position, and then we'll talk about the starting position of, hey Andrew, I got $5 put aside. Over here, go get the wooden flat dollies. They're the little flat dollies that you can get from Home Depot for 40 bucks, but you can go to Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp and find them for $5, $10. You could technically start without a hand dolly, like a cheap little hand dolly to help with fridges and whatnot, because you might not need it right away with the jobs that you get, but you can get on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, and probably get a hand dolly for, they're like 80 bucks new at Harbor Freight, so you might be able to pick one up for like $20, 20, 40 bucks, and some gloves. Just get the cheapest gloves, you don't wanna get cuts. Couple bucks if you just get one pair. And if you can, get some steel toe boots used. They're like 50 bucks brand new at Walmart. I'm calling myself out, guys. I know you thought I was balling with the Timberlands, but these are fucking Walmart knockoffs. I did have Timberlands. I gave them to one of my employees as a good gesture. He slept in my car for 2 weeks. Can you get away without starting with steel toe boots? Sure, but gloves and boots, you want to be safe, and also makes you look more professional. You look like you're there to do junk removal and you don't pull up in little sneakers or whatever. If you have a truck or a utility trailer or something, you are going to need ratchet straps, which you can get like a 4-pack or 8-pack at Home Depot for like 15, 20 bucks. So you can definitely get them on Facebook Marketplace for like probably free or like $5. And then a handbag of the existing tools you have really helps. So like a little baggie of any screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, anything you have lying around the house, you could definitely get on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or Craigslist and probably find some just like miscellaneous tools, because you are gonna sometimes get furniture that you might need to disassemble to make moving it easier. That would be like the essentials for the $0 startup. Now, if you got the $5,000, so we had the flat dolly, the hand dolly, the gloves, steel toe boots, bag of tools, and then since you have a little bit of money, I would suggest don't get this right away until the job comes up where you think you're gonna need it, like something really big or a hot tub, is a Sawzall. Harbor Freight does sell cheap Sawzalls. They're called Hercules. However, Home Depot does run pretty good promos for the Milwaukee Sawzalls every now and then, because those Milwaukees will last you years. It lasted my entire junk removal journey of 2.5 years, besides the ones that got lost or stolen. But the Milwaukees are beasts. The Hercules will break over time because they just can't keep up with the Milwaukees when you're cutting through hot tubs. Contractor bags from Home Depot, you're absolutely gonna need, because you're gonna be bagging a lot of stuff. Trash cans are gonna be very useful. You'll find a lot of these on jobs too, but you're gonna wanna get a trash can and a snow shovel. Not a normal shovel, but the flat edge on the shovel, so it makes it very easy to pick up debris and scoop it. Sledgehammer for breaking stuff. That's all the tools that you could probably get away starting with. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Problem number 3, how do we price? This is probably the most difficult part of this business, is pricing. I'd say the 2 hardest things in junk removal are getting leads, and in the beginning, it's pricing. Everybody just doesn't know how to price. I'm actually excited to refilm this video because I have built an entire platform to help with pricing so you guys will not lose on pricing. I have a lot of really cool tools that are gonna help you with pricing, but let's talk about the pricing first. To put it simply, the best and most common way to price is by volume, by space used up in your truck or in your trailer. It's really that simple. The whole idea is just coming up with what is the minimum that I want to charge to come out, and what is it going to cost to charge up my entire dump trailer. We have a 12 by 6 by 4 here, which is the cubic yards are 10.66 cubic yards. Let's just call it 11 cubic yards. I used to charge $795 in Ventura County for 11 cubic yards. Let's call it $800. You need to determine in your area how much you should charge per full load. The best way to do that is what we call market research. Figure out what the top dogs are charging, and then figure out what your local competitors are charging, because you need to know what is the market willing to pay. We don't want to be the cheapest, we don't want to be the most expensive, but we need to know what customers are willing to pay for, because what if you're way underpricing? What if you're way overpricing? You need to be within what the market is willing to pay. Problem 4, where does the junk go? This is kind of like the fun part, honestly, especially in the beginning. The easy answer is the landfill. Me in Ventura County was, I think, when I sold my company, 70, 75 bucks a ton. And then in LA, there was a place for 90 bucks a ton and another one for 120 bucks a ton. Your landfill is usually going to be the cheaper one. And then you're gonna have little transfer stations. The landfill was pretty far sometimes for me, but they had transfer stations around the city. So it's gonna be different for where you live, but you're gonna wanna find all of these places. Transfer stations do whatever they do. They might process it a little bit different. They might recycle some of it. Who knows? Just depends on what the transfer station does. And generally, it's gonna be a little bit more. But here's where it gets exciting, reselling, right? So if you're lucky enough to have the option to store stuff in your house or your garage or an affordable storage unit that you can justify to resell some of this stuff. I know people who do about 6 figures alone from reselling. Now, obviously they're getting a lot of junk, they're getting a lot of jobs, but you can do very well from just reselling. Couch flippers, they even take couches. They get so good and so fast at cleaning these couches, they just have like the cleaning stuff ready to go, and then they just clean the crap out of these couches and they resell them on Facebook Marketplace like 200, 300, just reselling couches like crazy. So if you have the ability to resell stuff, that's a whole market in itself. The next is recycling and scrap metal places. So I had one job. It was my $115,000 job. It was the biggest job, one job, 115 grand. These orange and green metal racks and then filing cabinets. We got like 10 grand back in scrap metal alone. And you could scrap all kinds of metal. I mean, if you get copper, copper's very valuable, but generally scrap metal is gonna be like your general purpose, what we call E grade, is gonna pay like 200 bucks a ton. That's out here, it's 200 bucks a ton, 170-ish a ton. You might pay more, it might pay less where you live, but you have landfills and transfer stations, you have reselling, you have scrapping, and then you have donating. Donating is awesome because number one, you're getting a lot of stuff off of your truck and making more room, so you save money from the landfill. So if you can donate, in LA it was very hard for us to donate because we're driving all over LA with horrible traffic and we're running late to every appointment. So it was really hard to donate, but we tried when we could. If you're not in a crazy city like LA and you're not like stacked with 10 jobs a day, donating is a very doable thing and you could save tons of money and help people. But there's a lot of people who take donating to another level. My favorite example is my friend and investor, John, with Happy Hauler. He helps repurpose items, he helps rehome items, and he donates items to Mary's Place or other donation centers. And Mary's Place helps women of domestic violence and helps rehome and repurpose. So what I'm saying is you can do a lot of good with donations on how far you take it in your community. You know, that's just one example. I know Matt and JoJo are now doing the same thing. They are now helping donate and repurpose items for a good cause rather than just dropping them off at a Goodwill, which still Goodwill helps people who need cheaper items for their home. So no matter what you're doing, whether it's Goodwill, Salvation Army, or finding specialized places in your community, donations. And of course, I mean, guys, stuff for you and your employees. This is not gonna be the biggest one, but I mean, my wife and I found some incredible stuff that we still have in our house that we actually have one item we're never going to get rid of. So we found this mirror. It's like 10, 12 feet tall. It's tall, and it's a beautiful mirror that we've had since the first few months of starting my junk removal business. You're gonna find lots of cool stuff, lots of little trinkets that you can resell on eBay, things that you can just keep, things for your employees that are gonna make them happy. There's just so many other benefits to junk removal than just the money. So really lean into scrapping, donating, reselling if you can. And that is where the junk, and sometimes not junk, goes. Problem 5 is, how do we get leads? The biggest problem. And obviously, like I said in the beginning of the video, there's more competition now. More people are getting into this business. So now you just have to work harder. So there's a lot of ways to get leads, guys. And my whole YouTube channel is about getting leads. So if this business interests you, subscribe, like the video, comment, and go watch all my other videos on how to get leads. Go watch my free training course. That covers hours of content, and most of it's marketing. There's like literally no way to lose if you just follow my content. In this video, I want to talk about today, February 2026, and I have some new opinions on marketing, on winning, because of the competition. The first thing that I want to talk about really quick is the marketing quadrants and 4 corners method. I don't have time to go into the marketing quadrants in this video, but if you are liking what you're hearing so far in this video, go watch the marketing quadrants video here. And I have a 4 corners video here that goes over the 4 corners method. I think these 2 videos here will really help you on your journey in junk removal. But to get back to what I think you should do now, because that is what you guys want, is leads now, to figure out if you like this business. And this is the most common problem that people have, is they can't get leads. So here's what I would do today. So let's start with the digital side of things, and then we'll get to the boots on the ground technique. The first thing that I would do, guys, is you need to set aside a few hours every day for Facebook and Nextdoor. There are so many things that you could do on Facebook. Facebook is probably the best lead gen to get leads in the digital world. We'll talk about Facebook in just a second. Let's start with Nextdoor because it's simple. You need to spend 30 minutes a day on Nextdoor. Start growing your Nextdoor personal page and your business page, but you're gonna wanna start treating Nextdoor like an actual social network and engage with people, comment, react, and also get creative with posting. What can you say? What should you say? Start looking under the marketplace and free section and start doing outreach and messaging them and just saying, hey, I know you're trying to get rid of this for free and not spend money, but if you don't have any luck, I'd love to be the junk company and I'll give you a really good deal if you can't get rid of it. I'm here for you. Nextdoor is some people's bread and butter, and they crush it. I know many junk removal companies who are doing good on Nextdoor. One of my best friends from Colorado, his entire business runs off Nextdoor. He doesn't even have a Google business profile. It's insane to me. So hustle Nextdoor 30 minutes a day to an hour a day. If you have no leads, you need to set aside your entire day, or I mean, if you have a full-time job, you divvy up your time how you want. But half of the time goes to boots on the ground marketing. The other half of the day goes to digital marketing. So part 1, Nextdoor. I have a whole video about that. I'm not gonna talk about it in this video, but Nextdoor. Second is Facebook, okay? Facebook breaks into so many components. Your personal Facebook page needs to become your brand. You're gonna have your cover art, you're gonna have your Facebook profile, you're going to start adding people in local Facebook groups, and you're gonna start growing your Facebook page to 5,000 friends of people literally in your local community, and you're just gonna start posting. As a normal person, you're gonna post on Facebook, you drinking coffee, you fishing, just looking like a real human, and then every few days, you post about what you do. This is the best way to use Facebook. And then you're gonna start doing outreach. You're going to start messaging realtors. You are going to start hustling Facebook. And what you're going to do is you're going to go to the marketplace free section, just like you do on Nextdoor, and you're going to do outreach. Every single day, 100 people a day. So not only are you gonna outreach people in the marketplace section, not only are you gonna add people from local groups and start doing outreach, you're gonna also post in the local groups. That one's a little trickier because you need to join a bunch of these local Facebook groups and post as many as you can, and you'll see which ones you kind of get approved in and which ones you don't get approved in, but also engage. You need to engage and use the platforms and become good at social media. We're not gonna talk about content in this video because these are the strategies to get leads now. Content, leads will come eventually. So engage with Nextdoor, engage with Facebook, outreach on Nextdoor, outreach on Facebook. Go to the marketplace free section on Nextdoor, go to the marketplace section on Facebook. If you're going to take this business serious until you can actually get leads from paid ads, SEO, content, referrals, repeat customers, you kind of have to hustle aggressively to get leads. And trust me, it works. The last thing about Facebook that you should not do until you've decided that I like this business is Facebook ads. And you need to do Facebook ads the right way. So go watch my training course, because Facebook ads are so effective, but they can be not effective if you don't know what you're doing. But the thing is you can run Facebook ads for $5 a day, $10 a day. I would recommend $10 to $15 a day. That's $300 to $450 a month, but it is the best $300 to $450 a month you'll spend if you get Facebook ads running the right way and you're making your profile look good. You're engaging. You can start boosting posts. Facebook is a powerful tool if you use it the right way, okay? Outreach, add friends, brand your profile, and look legit on Facebook. And then you can start boosting posts and running Facebook ads. And the reason why I'm putting Facebook ads under the how to get leads today is because it is so effective and you don't need to spend much and you start getting leads in the funnel right away. But I don't want you to turn Facebook ads on until you've done all these other techniques and get a few jobs. But Facebook ads combined with crushing Nextdoor, crushing Facebook, you can tack on Facebook ads and you're gonna be a beast. That is the majority of the digital stuff that I do today to get leads now. Yes, I know I didn't cover SEO, I didn't cover paid ads, I didn't cover content marketing, because those aren't gonna get you, well, paid ads would, but that's expensive. Those aren't gonna get you leads right now. Set aside 4 hours a day to do what I discussed, you'll be crushing it. The last technique that I want to tell you that is not boots on the ground and not social media, but it could be kind of, is go through your phone contacts list right now. Why don't I just do it with you guys? Let's go to your contacts list. I have 400 contacts. How many contacts do you guys have? I used to have 1,000 or something like that. Hun, out of curiosity, go to your contacts, search up your contacts app, and then scroll to the bottom. How many do you have? So my wife has 200. I have literally exactly 400 right now. Look at your contacts list. This is the most underrated, fastest technique to not only possibly finding help, getting support, investors, a truck to borrow, who knows? But I did this for my last app that I was working on. Literally reached out to everybody in my phone book to ask them to sign up for my product. It was a $300 a month product, 200, it was a travel app. It was like 100, 200, 300 bucks. I think I was charging $100 a month, right? I was trying to get everybody to sign up. So I texted everybody in my phone. I really want you guys to do this, because if you're just starting and you're trying to make money and you really want to stand out, is you're gonna record a video like this. Hey, what's up? Maybe I haven't talked to you in a while. Maybe I have. I'm sending you this video because I started a new business. It's called Jedi Junk Removal. Sorry if this video sounds random, but I'm really trying to start this new business, and it would mean the world to me if you knew anybody who needed their trash removed. If you need any junk removed, it would be awesome. If not, you can just ignore this video completely. I'm just trying to start a new business. I really want to start something of my own. I'll even do it at a really killer deal, because I just need to crank up my 5-star reviews on my Google business profile. So if this video means anything to you, or if you think you could help, and I mean, even if I do so, like a removal, like just one item, just so I can get good content for my Google business, my website, you know, and I'll make sure to blur their face out, whatever. But yeah, let me know. Anyways, hope to hear from you later. Guys, if you were to send that video to 400 people, minus your exes, and you know, you probably have a lot of those friends out of state, who cares? Send it to the people out of state. They might know somebody in your state that, the point is you will get a lot more praise than you think, that they might even just reply. They might just give you a vote of confidence and be like, dude, I don't know anybody, but congrats. And you might get a couple jobs off of it. So I really implore you guys to just hit up your own network. Just reach out to everybody. Put your pride aside and put your ego aside. Film a video and let the whole world know. Jump on your Facebook, start posting stories. Jump on your Instagram, start posting stories. Let everybody know that you started a junk removal business. And I'm not saying mass blast with a service like Autopilot, like my software. I'm literally saying personally, from your cell phone number, one-on-one, you're gonna sit through and you're going to send out 400 text messages to everybody with that video. Trust me, you're gonna get incredible responses. All of your family, all of your friends, all of the people you used to hang out with back in the day that you don't hang out with anymore, but that you're still probably like semi-acquaintances with, let them know. So those are the digital techniques that I would start with. Let's get into the boots on the ground technique, because you need to do both. You need to rock digital and you need to rock boots on the ground. The first and most obvious one is going to be business walk-ins. If you're doing 4 hours a day of digital, the other 4 hours are gonna be to these techniques. I want you to set a number that you can do, 5, 10, 15 business walk-ins every day. Realtor offices, storage units, businesses with overflowing dumpsters in the back, like the back alley. Waste management doesn't pick up the overflow. They hire us. I can't count how many times I have had to clean up dirty back alleys and overflown dumpsters that the businesses eventually pay us to clean up. And if you guys need ideas of what businesses, just go to junksupport.ai. I have everything in there, okay? And also, when you do business walk-ins, if you have the money, one of the most effective things that you can do to kind of like stand out a little bit, and it's not even that big of a deal, is get some little paper bags, the brown paper bags or white paper bags. You can get like on Amazon, I forget how much, but 100 of them or 200 of them for 20 bucks. And then you go to the Dollar Tree, or if you know a more cost-effective place to get bulks of candy, and just throw a few pieces of candy and your business card in there. If you get the little like 4x6 or 5x7 flyers made with like a little like $25 off or 10% off your first purchase, you can throw the flyer in there and the business card and make it a goal to hit 10 businesses a day. The next boots on the ground technique, yard signs. Yellow, black text, white, black text, blue, white text, whatever tickles your fancy. One-sided. These are the classic 18 inches by 24 inches from uzmarketing.com. Use the link in my video description below. You will get a discount, and they truly are the cheapest place to get 100 yard signs. Now, you'll notice that I don't have Jedi junk removal on here, and there's a reason for that, because a lot of places don't like them. You're also going to want to get a tracking number from Autopilot. You're going to want to use my software. You do not want to use your real phone number, because you will piss people off. It's very easy to tell when they're pissed off. For some reason, they can't hide it. When you pick up the phone, they get pissy immediately, and you just click and block. Now, some states and cities and counties have different rules and regulations. It's up to you to determine if you're going to follow those. I didn't care, so you do you. But these are the most effective method. 10 a day, 300 a month. Now, if you're just starting, you can buy your first 100 yard signs, give it a try. Every 10 yard signs is one phone call. That is the math that we've worked out, that I've realized I've gotten. And depending on your average job size and how good you close on the phone, my average job size was 450 bucks. Some months 550, some months 400, but okay. I mean, do the math. You can close it 60, 70%. If you're bad at closing, you'll close it 50%. So yard signs are so effective. I want you to do 10 business walk-ins a day, 10 yard signs a day, and then this is the cheap A-frame sign, okay? A-frame, they make the really cool plastic ones, but I got the cheap one, which this was only 50 bucks. Right? The nicer ones are like 150 bucks. They're like the heavy duty plastic. So all you do is, while you're doing junk removal jobs, is you put this next to your dump. I'm not gonna go all the way back there, but you would put this next to your dump trailer. While you guys are loading up, you would be surprised at how nosy the neighbors are, especially when your truck decaled, which you're gonna do when you have the money. You're gonna get your dump trailer in your truck, big letters. You don't need to do a wrap yet, but wraps are great. But you want to put Jedi junk removal all over your trailer, huge. The amount of attention and people who are going to take pictures and call you is insane. And then, last but not least, when things are going good and you can order another set of yard signs, you're gonna always order unbranded yard signs, but you're also going to order branded with the Jedi junk removal logo. You could do a different tracking number. So you can have the tracking number for unbranded, and then you can have a tracking number for branded yard signs, and then you give customers a discount to ask them, hey, if you leave this in your yard, you want these in all the nice neighborhoods, right? Be like, I will give you 25 bucks off if you let me leave a branded one in their yard. There's no better referral than from a customer's in their neighborhood. It's more trusting. You determine how many dollars you want to give off. I would suggest no more value-wise, depending on the size of the job. Don't offer this on like a minimum item pickup. Some people do make good money on minimum item pickups. If you have 2 people on the truck, you're not gonna be profiting much from minimum items. If it's just you doing a minimum item removal, you will profit more because you don't have 2 employees to pay. But branded yard signs are great for customers' yards. Put these motherfuckers all over the city. And a lot of people get worried about the rules and regulations. You can hit me up on junksupport.ai. We can go deeper on that. You can join one of the live classes, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, those are the boots on the ground techniques. Now, there are many more advertising techniques and marketing techniques that we can go over. But in this little video, to help you guys like get jobs now, these are the techniques that I would do to get jobs now. And that is how you start a junk removal business in 2026. There are a few more things that I want to talk to you guys about though, so that will really help you. And I mentioned it throughout the video a few times, but I built an incredible community, guys, and an incredible CRM/FSM, field service management tool for you guys. For those of you who are starting, junksupport.ai is going to be your go-to resource. It is hands down the best resource there is that exists on the planet for junk removal. Bar none, the end, period. There is a checklist pre-made for you guys to go through and check each item to start your business. If you combine all the course, the Google Ads and the SEO course, it's like 20-25 hours of grade A quality content. There is a leaderboard, there is a community, there is a live chat. Here, check this out. Okay, so there's a weekly challenge right now. We're running a yard sign challenge, and you can see all the people competing and how many yard signs they put out. There is a leaderboard of revenue. There is a leaderboard of average job size, the top performers. There's also a leaderboard for courses completed, so you can be a top learner. There is a leaderboard for most engaged, how active you are in the community. There's a live chat with hundreds of people in here, and you could literally talk to us at any time. You can also browse all of the other companies and message them. You could hit any of them up. If you want to hit up homie right here and ask him a question, shit, you can leave a review on his company. You can find vendors on here. I mean, check this out, guys. There is vendors. You can see all the vendors on here who run marketing agencies. You can leave reviews on them. It is insane. This is the top community if you guys want to get into junk removal. Now, even cooler is I built the pricing estimator tools, a pricing sheet generator tool, countless tools. They're on junksupport.ai. And last but not least, guys, the most important tool of them all. If you guys do decide to do junk removal, once you make the commitment, whether it's day 1, whether it's day 30, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna stick around, you need to use a CRM. And technically, field service management software. Autopilot. I am helping you guys more than anybody could possibly help anybody out. Like more than anybody's helping anybody out there, I am giving so much free value and free content, more than anybody in the industry. All the Instagram kids are charging $5,000. I promise you my content's better than theirs. 100% my content's better. For free. I'm not saying this to be a dick or anything. It's just my shit's better. Period, the end. Don't go spend 5 grand with them. Don't go spend 10 grand with them. Don't go spend 3 grand with them. Come check out my stuff for free. You know, I'm a salesman too. I am selling something. It might not be a $5,000 course. I have this new saying that I like to say is, I'm being selfless to be selfish. I have a goal too, is to build $1 billion software company. So if I give you guys tons of free value, maybe you'll come use my software. And ultimately, guys, if you're going to run a business, you need to be using a CRM FSM. If you're going to run an organized, successful business and you want to have a sellable asset in the future and you want to build something with actual value and equity and you want to build good habits. Good habits means putting in customer client data, putting in your job data, all of that stuff so that you can run reports and then you can see how well you did in the previous month versus the next month. And then you can remarket to them using marketing tools like text blasts and lead follow-ups and ask for review. There are so many benefits. Phone system, call tracking. I don't want to make this a video all about Autopilot. The point is, guys, if you got value from everything that I'm giving you for free, I only charge $49 a month for Autopilot. If you decide to stick with junk removal, I would love to have you come use my software. And guys, that's a wrap for how to start a junk removal business in 2026. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you like what I just taught you guys, and you like what I'm telling you guys, and you like the value that I'm giving, or you see value in what I'm giving, hit the like button, hit subscribe, because I'm gonna have so much more awesome content coming out. And if you didn't like this, fuck you, I don't care. Peace. This product, I know I can truly turn into a billion-dollar company. The benefits outweigh the cost. And make sure that we have the best software in the world. My software, Autopilot, is finally here. I truly believe we are going to be the best platform. This will be the software of choice in the home service industry.